What is happening, guys? Welcome back to another reaction. We're finally checking out Card. I absolutely loved Ring the Alarm, and I've been dying to check out more of their music. As you know, I had quite a bit to say about the original music video. If you want to check it out, it's somewhere up there. The reaction style has changed a little bit since that video, where I was pausing throughout the first watch, whereas here we're gonna go for a first watch and then have a second watch and kind of discuss some of the lyrics, some of the visuals possibly, and anything else that we can think of. So if you guys enjoyed this content, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, check out the Patreon if you want to see some exclusive reactions, as well as support the production of these videos here on YouTube. And let's get into it. Card Gunshot. It was probably the most requested song from that last video, so I'm incredibly excited about this one. Whoa. What the?
Yeah, love, be the marker for letters, love. With the 포장에 너 매번 selfish. I will never be enough. 내 모든 걸 쏟아부어도.
끝없는 월 또 끝없이 more 겨냥이 들리지 않게 날카로운 말 like bullets they are. I will surrender my darling. I don't give a damn about you when you say yeah. I don't give a damn about you. It's pain.
As long as you love me, the good or the ugly, 무엇이든 다 괜찮아. It's like you control me. Without you, I'm lonely. 하지만 난 다르잖아. Your words are like a gun. A shot. I'm bleeding love. They hit me like
Bleeding
a
love,
gun.
please.
I'm bleeding love.
They hit me like a yeah. I'm feeling like I'm in pain. 그게 누군가 덤패. 그가 너 보색을 흡해.
Damn, the bass is
인용한 트랩 발목 잡은 트랩 날 거기서 꺼내었네. 주말들은 삭제 너라는 꼬리표 떼었네.
I swear I'm calling. Oh shit, I'm slowly. 뱉어낸 네 말은 날 죽게 like bullets. 나는 그 trick 감싸고 pull it. As long as you love me, the good or the ugly, 무엇이든 다 괜찮아. It's like you control me. Without you, I'm lonely. 하지만 넌 아니잖아. Your words are like a gun. Shot. I'm bleeding love. They hit me like a gun. Shot. I'm bleeding love. Baby, this hole I'm letting where we are. Oh no, no love. Only there we are. No more.
ooh.
One shot, two shot, three shot, four. 더 견뎌낼 수 없어 나를 위해서라도 너의 건.
Holy shit, this is amazing.
I'm bleeding love. Your words are like a gun. Shot. I'm bleeding love. They hit me like a gun. Shot. I'm bleeding love.
Holy. Whoa. Okay, so aside from the girl being shot in the end, the song is kind of like about toxic relationships, and it shows the progression from them saying in the first and second chorus, I'm bleeding love. to then in the end saying I've bled enough, like I've had enough of this, so I'm finally am seeing my own worth and not being like this piece of garbage that is being treated so poorly by their partner, as each word is a gunshot. And it's like you keep on taking it because that's the only love that you have kind of ever known, or you love this person so very much that despite it hurting, you don't want to leave them because you don't feel like you deserve any better. Which kind of in a way reminded me of Day Six's Shoot Me, because also like each word that they're saying, an insult or something hurtful, is being represented in a gunshot. So the words being like gunshots, it's like words can hurt and words can ruin you and drive you into a very, very dark place. And them kind of in the end saying I've bled enough is like I've given enough of my love away to this person that never deserved it, and I'm finally seeing my worth because my love that I could have given to someone else who would appreciate it, the love is bleeding out, and I'm losing touch with reality and what actually love could be by accepting this toxicity. So the ending is definitely a side of them kind of like understanding that there's more to it, and you have to kind of fight back and end this relationship no matter how hard it could possibly be. So let's take this back. Really, I think I love the song even more than Ring the Alarm now.
Love, be the marker for letters. Love,
Yeah, you sugarcoat it with love every time. Everything that you say, whether it's saying or doing, if it's more than just a verbally abusive relationship, you sugarcoat it with loving. I wouldn't be saying this if I didn't love you. I love you so much as I call you all of these fucking names and possibly do all of these things. Deep down, I love you and I want you, and it's almost like you're kind of being used to this kind of love that makes you feel like you don't really deserve any better, so you stay and accept the abuse because that's the only love that you've ever received.
be the marker for letters. Love, the 포장에는 매번 selfish. I will never be enough. 내 모든 걸 쏟아부어도.
Yeah, I will never be enough. Like nothing that I can do will actually like it's almost like them being in that room is almost like the room where they're realizing that all of their work, all of their love for this person, giving all of me to this person is not enough for them, and it's not going to stop the abuse because they don't appreciate me. So them in the end kind of saying I've bled enough was really, really
I
good
will never be enough.
realization.
내 모든 걸 쏟아부어도.
끝없는 war 또 끝없이 more 겨냥이 들리지 않게 날카로운 말 like bullets they are I will surrender my darling I don't give a damn about you when you say yeah I don't give a damn about you it's pain
As long as you love.
That was really, really interesting. Piercing words like bullets they are, as there's literally a visual of almost like this war, people running, people are on the ground, and the words are never missing a shot because each of these insults, each of these words that are like a gunshot, they always hit. They never miss. Damn, that is a really cool visual. Like there's literally like chaos as far as like their life and everything is kind of like burning because it's an it's an endless war, but it's endlessly more. Like it's never stopping, which is
겨냥이
really
들리지 않게 날카로운 말 like bullets they are I will surrender my darling I don't give a damn about you when you say yeah I don't give a damn about you it's pain
As long as you love me, the good or the ugly, 무엇이든 다
yeah,
괜찮아.
and that's why everything is okay because you hurt me, you abuse me, but you still say that you love me. So as long as you love me, I don't care if I'm bleeding to death, metaphorically, hopefully. So it's like really accepting a very toxic and abusive love and calling it love, where in reality it's just
yeah I
fucked
don't
up.
give a damn about you. It's pain.
777 like Lucky, which is very unfortunate, ironically.
It's like you control me, without you I'm lonely.
I also like that they're saying without you it's lonely. It's like you control me, as there's all of these microphones, there's speakers, but also with the other girl. And I'm sorry that I'm, you know, saying this guy or this girl because I haven't learned their names yet. But there's also like these security cameras constantly being under a microscope, almost like in this relationship where I'm criticized, constantly insulted, every single one of my moves. It's like maybe even like the equivalent of the fact that I can't even go outside without letting you know. It's like I'm essentially am kind of like a slave to my emotions, a slave to this person that just plays me like a puppet and just does whatever they want, and I just follow through because at the end of the violence, whether it's verbal or physical, they say they love me, so everything is okay. But I'm constantly under a microscope and being controlled.
It's like you control me, without you
Unfortunately,
I'm lonely.
of course.
하지만 난 다르지 않아. Your words are like a gun.
Ooh,
I'm bleeding
that one.
love. They hit me like a gun. Shot. I'm bleeding love.
They hit me like a
Also, like the computers and whatnot could also like be a metaphor for the internet as far as the words. It's not necessarily just toxic and abusive relationships rather, sorry, but also just being surrounded by people who constantly haters, you know, fucking trolls and whatnot on the internet, who constantly look at every single one of your moves and are looking to criticize you. And you know, every word is a gunshot because I'm fragile and I allow myself to feel. But I'm doing this in the world where everybody is being so toxic. So obviously, the lyrics more so talk about an abusive, toxic kind of a relationship because of the love. After all of this, because you love me, everything is okay. But there is another layer to it, I guess, as he is in this interrogation room of sorts. This is, I love these guys.
Your words are like a gun. Shot. I'm bleeding love. They hit me like a gun. Shot. I'm bleeding love.
They hit me like a They hit me like a
It's like he's literally like a prisoner of sorts to his. It's actually pretty cool because it's almost like they're kind of putting all of them in these predicaments, because abusive relationships don't have to be between a man abusing a woman. It can be vice versa. And if that's what they're kind of trying to show off here, and him kind of like being almost like he's in some type of a interrogation room of sorts, like being a prisoner to this person who he loves very much, but that person is incredibly abusive to them, and them being constantly under the spotlight with these cameras watching them, almost like they don't have any room to breathe, is also very interesting. It's almost like a hospital setup. They have a bunch of IVs or so because they're suffering, because they're bleeding love. And like, this is really, really interesting concept.
Yeah, I'm
And
feeling like
the
I'm
strings.
그게 누군가 맞던 그가 너 보색을 흡해 이제 네 족쇄 타입해
This part, actually, now that we've checked out Idol's nude, like being naked is being your true self. So break out of these chains, even if I'm naked, even if I'm left with nothing and I end up all alone, like essentially, maybe even literally, but I'm pretty sure that it's not very literal, but like being naked as far as having nothing, like breaking away from these chains that have tied me for all of this time, even if it means that I have to start over from nowhere, from zero essentially. Ankle grabbing that was really cool. Ankle grabbing trap, like all of these traps of like baby don't go, I love you, we can fix this, all of these various traps that are being said that is bullshit. Like the abuse will continue, and it almost feels like all of these various traps, and if I slip and fall, I will fall back into this relationship and the cycle will kind of continue. I'm sorry for actually smiling. Obviously these types of relationships are not great. I'm just very happy with how well delivering this concept. I swear I'm not a psycho. I'll stop smiling. I'm not a psycho.
I'm feeling like I'm impaired.
And there's an alarm going on. Remove you from my life. That was beautiful. Take off the tag that is called you, because I'm essentially kind of like become your property with the fact that you treat me like a piece of garbage and you treat me like a dog. This is really beautiful. Need to drag myself out of there. It's like that room is like the room where they're like, I'm not sure if that IV represents them finally having that moment of truth, like that serum in the IV or whatever substance is in there. Damn, that was beautiful. The words you spit, tell me like the words. Damn, the mannequins are very interesting, because like it kind of reminds me of a song by Wage War, and the mannequins almost like representing a stage of being in a manic depression, like you drive me to a state of, well, I'm not sure if that's the meaning here, and just her dropping and kind of like fighting the mannequins and whatnot is her slowly kind of, instead of dying without being this person, it's representing her finally being able to be the one to flip the gun and pull the trigger, and not be the one who gets killed constantly. But the mannequins are very interesting. Let me know if there's any actual meaning, because I'm kind of reaching probably, but oh my god, the choreography is absolutely beautiful. She's literally kind of like almost making weapons and whatnot. That was an interesting touch with her having all of this jewelry and almost like this seeing her true worth, essentially, like being not looking at herself as a victim, but pulling herself out of this predicament and seeing herself as almost like a queen or something, possibly.
It's like you control me, without you I'm lonely. 하지만 넌 아니잖아. Her words are like a gun. I'm bleeding low. They hit me like a gun.
The going crazy today was really like absolutely amazing.
I'm letting where we are. Oh no, love.
And the red literally represents like the rage, but also like the passion that I used to have for you, as right now I'm finally kind of telling you to stay away from me, as I want to break out of this relationship. Damn. Finally realizing that the love is just sugarcoating and there's no actual love, as one girl is using like the pencil, one of the guys has like this object that he kind of used as almost like a rocket launcher. It seems like visually before, and she's using like that microphone, and she's finally almost like speaking out for herself and no longer being controlled, as the girl with the pencils is almost like looking at the security cameras to represent that I'm finally looking at you in the face and I'm telling you to stay away from me because I no longer want to be a part of this relationship.
Oh no, no love, no more.
Oh,
One shot, two shot, three shot, four. 더 견뎌낼 수 없어 나를 위해서라도 너의 건.
her cutting the hair is almost like cutting that person out of her life and cutting the hatred out because like the hair is like almost like associated with that previous life. And also as she's one of the guys actually gets stabbed with that pencil, so the it's almost like the girl is killing everybody. Is she like the main, she's like the heroine of this story as she kills everyone, so each person like represents a different type of abusive relationship possibly. I'm not really sure because he gets stabbed in the neck with that same pencil, if I'm not mistaken.
One shot, two shot, three shot, four. 더 견뎌낼 수 없어 나를
Oh
위해서라도
man, this sounds amazing. Oh, damn. Like the hatred in her eyes is almost like you deserve this. So is that like a representation of her literally kind of like a metaphor to her fighting back and saying like I've had enough of this? The actual lyrics of the song and some of the visuals definitely fit within like being trapped in like this toxic and abusive relationship that I'm finally fighting out of. Whether it's the microphones, the security cameras constantly being controlled, but then the girl is using that microphone as almost like this weapon to talk back and fight back and have find her own voice, and then burning, whether it's the burning scene or burning the head cover, and then the black substance pouring that over the skull. I'm not really sure what was the meaning of that, so let me know in the comments if there's any additional meaning. As always, if I made any sense at all of these lyrics and these visuals, let me know in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. I've listened to quite a few songs in the last 2 days, reacted to quite a few songs, and this might be my favorite. It was absolutely incredible. I love the vibe. I love the darkness of the actual music video. I love the message of finally being able to fight back and no longer be trapped in this relationship, because the word love is just a camouflage to all of this fuckery that is happening with my life, that this person is using, is hiding behind love as he's throwing all of these arrows and shoots all of these bullets at me, and love is almost like a shield for him, but I'm the one without a shield. And because my love is pure, and I just want to give you all of me, and I'm in too deep to realize that this is not the type of love that I deserve. So them all almost coming to that conclusion with the visuals, so it seems, was really really cool. But let me know about that ending. And yeah, this was absolutely incredible. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you all in the next one. See ya.